We think sometimes that, we got through this and we did well, but we're not through it yet.
From the onset of this pandemic, state leaders warned it would be a marathon, not a sprint. But as our eyes look to rebound and recover, experts say it's important to keep our optimism in check.
News 5's Jordan Vandenberg explains why in this News 5 original.
We are in the final stretch. Spirits are high. The end to a difficult race is near. As a freshman on Medina's varsity cross-country team,
it's just a good outlet and hobby for me.
Lindsey Jones knows these final legs well.
I miss them a lot. I miss my teammates and my coach and just having the presence of someone else when I run.
COVID-19 canceled the outdoor season, but Jones, like everyone else, is still racing a pandemic.
Both optimism and pessimism are kind of like growing within an individual.
Dr. Christopher Barant, a medical sociologist at Case Western Reserve's School of Nursing, has studied the effects of both optimism and pessimism on short and long-term medical outcomes. He says the coronavirus pandemic and the lower peaks than originally projected have created a fascinating dichotomy between the two.
You're starting to see some backlash. Like, oh, I don't know anybody that's dying. Like, hey, we can go back to work. Everybody overreacted. No, the reason why you don't know anybody's dying is because they had a realistic approach.
The rising optimism comes as a slow, gradual process of reopening the state's economy begins taking shape. All the while, protests calling for a quicker reopening continue to buttress Governor Mike DeWine's daily updates. Dr. Barant says, as optimistic as we may be, it is absolutely vital to avoid opening too fast, too soon.
Okay, yeah, things seem to be stabilizing. We got back maybe too early. And what happens if that peak goes up? Step back and look at the whole big picture. If things get eased up, these things can really burst.
That's exactly what state leaders fear could happen as they try to temper that optimism. Think of it like starting a sprint too far away from the finish line.
It's really important to be positive. No matter how hard the race is, I'm going to finish.
We have turned the corner and have entered the home stretch. But the race isn't over, and experts believe it's important to stay the course.
It's hard for everyone, but there's going to be an end to it.
In Medina, Jordan Vandenberg, News 5.